So let us start this practical session. So this is your experiment number 8, DC motor interfacing with the microcontroller and the speed control. Okay. So this experiment has application in the robotics. You can control the robotic applications like a bot, or this is used in the automation. So let us see how to interface DC motor with the microcontroller. So here we are using Arduino board as a microcontroller. Okay. So it is Arduino development board. So aim of the experiment is to interface DC motor with the microcontroller and speed control using PWM. Okay. So what is PWM? It is a pulse width modulation. So by varying the pulse frequency or the pulse width, we can vary the speed of the motor. So the requirement, we will need a DC motor. So we can take 12-volt DC motor, then Arduino development board. So we have program in the last experiment, that is ultrasonic sensor interfacing. So we are using the same Arduino development board here. You can use 8051 microcontroller instead of Arduino development board. Almost the programming is same. There is a little bit change in the programming language. Okay, but structure is same for C language and for the Arduino language. And then we will need power supply. So we can take the DC power supply. Then L298 motor driver. So we will see what is meaning of L298 motor driver. So this is your Arduino development board. So basically this is a microcontroller board. Okay. And this microcontroller board, it has input output port. That means we can take the input from the sensors, and also we can give the output to control some devices. Okay. That means we can control the DC motor, stepper motor, or any other actuator, that is a pneumatic or hydraulic actuators. So this is your L298 motor driver. So basically this L298 motor driver, this is used to drive the motor. Okay. So this is the edge bridge motor driver. So this is L298 edge bridge. Motor driver. So this is used to drive the motor using high voltage like 12-volt or 24-volt, and it operates on a 5-volt logic signals. So how does it get this 5-volt logic signal? So this L298 motor driver need to be connected or interface with the microcontroller board. Okay. So microcontroller board, it will provide the 5-volt logic signal. Okay. So we will see how to generate this 5-volt logic signal and how to interface this L298 motor driver with the Arduino microcontroller. So with the help of this L298 motor driver, we can control or we can drive the DC motor. So basically here we can drive 2 DC motors simultaneously, or we can drive 1 stepper motor. So here we are not going in detail of the L298 electronic. So we will see how to interface or how to use this for the automation projects. Okay. So here you can see the schematic diagram for the Arduino microcontroller. So we will see here the connections with the L298 motor driver. So how to connect that driver with the microcontroller board. So here you can observe this connector. This is for the power supply to the Arduino board. Okay. So here we can connect a 12-volt AC to DC adapter. So this adapter is similar to your mobile charger. Okay, so this power source, it will supply the power to run this microcontroller board. So instead of connecting this 12 volt, you can directly connect this with your USB, and then you can connect this to the PC or laptop. Okay, so it can take the power supply directly from your computer. Okay, and also this is used, so this port is used for the programming. Okay, that means Arduino has its own programming language. Okay, so for that there is Arduino software. So in that software we can program as per the input and output required, and this program is then so that program will be downloaded on this microcontroller. So here basically this is a microcontroller. Okay, so with the help of this port we can download the program from the computer. Okay, so this is about the Arduino microcontroller. So you can observe here there are a number of ports given. So these are the ports. So basically these ports, they are connected here to the pins of the microcontroller. Okay, so they have given here separate ports, so we can connect the male and female connectors. So also there are ports on these sides. Okay, so you can observe here some ports are analog. That means they will take the analog signals. Okay, some ports are they are DC signal, so they are called as digital. So here you can observe the digital ports. Okay, so digital ports means they can give the supply, direct supply. So it is a 5 volt supply, and some ports they are used to give the continuous power supply. So you can observe here 5 volt continuous power supply, and this is the ground. So for some application, if you need a 5 volt supply and the ground supply, then you can directly connect that to this 5 volt and ground pin. Okay. So this is about the Arduino board. Now the second image here. So this is the L298 driver. So this is L298N motor driver. So this is schematic diagram, and this is the actual L298 driver. Okay. So for this driver, so you can observe here its connectors. So this is enable, then input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, and this is enable B. Okay. So basically enable A and enable B, this is used to control the speed of the motor. So why they are separate enable 1 and enable B, that is enable A and enable B, because we can connect two motors simultaneously. Okay, so you can observe here, this is output 1 and output 2. So basically these two connectors, they are connected to one DC motor, and we can connect the second motor here to the terminal output 3 and output 4. Okay, so in this way we can drive two DC motors simultaneously by using this driver. Okay, so when we supply the pulse to the enable 1, okay, so depending on the width of that pulse, it can change the speed of this motor. And here enable B pin, if you change the pulse width to the enable B pin, then it can change the speed of the motor too. Okay, so you have to just remember here enable A, it is used to control the speed of the first motor, and enable B, it is used to control the speed of the second motor. Okay, now what is input 1 and input 2? Okay, so input 1 and input 2, they will decide in which direction motor will run. So basically they decide the direction of the motor. Okay, so for time being, assume if you supply the one signal, that is a one logic signal to the enable 1, and 0 logic signal to the input 2, we supply one logic signal to the input 1 and 0 logic signal to the input 2, then motor will run in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and if you change this logic signal, if you make input 1 as 0 and input 2 as a 1, then it will rotate in the clockwise direction. So basically these two pins or these two terminals, they will decide the direction of rotation. Okay, for the first motor. Similarly, this enable 3, input 3 and input 4, they will decide the direction of rotation for the second motor. Okay, so these are the use of these terminals. Now we have to connect these terminals to this microcontroller. Okay, and accordingly we will program that microcontroller so that we will get the required pulses and required logic signal at enable A pin, input 1 pin, input 2 pin. Okay, and here you can observe there are 3 terminals. So these 3 terminals, they are used to give the power supply to this L298 motor driver. So here you can observe it is written as a 12 volt. Okay, that means we will connect here the positive terminal of the 12 volt DC power supply. Okay, so you will need one power source. So you can use a variable power source that we use in the electronic laboratory. Okay, so these are the positive and ground terminal. Okay, so you will connect the positive to the 12 volt and connect the ground here. So this is your external power supply. This is not the logic power supply. External power supply means the power supply used to control the speed of the motor. So this is basically 12 volt power supply. Okay, now second, you can observe here it is written as a 5 volt. Okay, so 5 volt supply we can take directly from your microcontroller. So you can observe here there is a 5 volt available here. Okay, and there is one ground. So we need to connect this 5 volt with this 5 volt, and this ground, this is a common. So we need to use this ground as a common for external power source and the power source from the logic. So connect this ground to this ground. Okay, so these are the connections. So you can observe here in more detail how to connect this. Okay, so now see how to connect the development board or microcontroller board with the L298. So I have explained the use of all the ports, output ports, then 12 volt ground, 5 volt, and this enable and input. Okay. Now here, enable means what? Basically enable, it is a logic signal. So when I say logic signal, it means that we will supply a 5 volt signal from the microcontroller board. So basically this is 5 volt DC supply. Okay, so this 5 volt DC supply, it is nothing but one pulse. So if you draw one graph like this is a voltage versus time. So you must have seen such type of graphs in your BEE or in your industrial electronic. Okay, so if you supply a continuous pulse of 5 volt, this will become one logic pulse. Okay, and this logic pulse, this is called as 1, or this is called as a high pulse. Okay, so this is the concept of the logic pulse. If you supply the 0 volt, so this is the pulse of 0 volt. So this 0 volt, logically this is called as 0, or this is called as a low pulse. Okay, so what is meaning of this enable? Enable means we will supply 5 volt, but with different width. Okay, so you can observe here. So here we will supply one cyclic voltage. Okay, so we need to supply the waveform like this. So 5 volt 0, 5 volt 0. So it will remain high for a particular time. After that, it will go 0. Again, it will remain high. So we will vary the frequency for such type of pulse, and depending on that frequency, the speed of the motor, it will go to the maximum or it will go to the minimum value. Okay, so this is called as enable pulse. So here you can observe the enable pin on the L298 driver. It is connected to pin number 4. So it is connected to pin number 4. We are using the digital output pin. So you can observe here, there are two types of pins available. One is digital and second is the analog. Okay, so here we will only use the digital pulses because we have to supply the digital voltage, because digital voltage, it is the only logic voltage. So supply digital signal from pin number 4 to the enable pin. Okay, so you can write here, this is the enable, and this pin number 4, it is used to control the speed of the motor. Okay, we have to remember these pin numbers because we have to use this pin number as it is in the programming. Okay, then input 1 and input 2, they are connected to digital pin number 7 and digital pin number 8. Okay, so what is the use of this pin number 7 and 8? I have already explained. If you provide here 1 logically, and if you supply this 0, okay, then motor will run in the clockwise direction. And if you reverse the signal, that means if you provide here 0 and make this 1, then it will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this 1 and 0, they are supplied from the pin number 8 and pin number 7. Okay, so in the programming, we need to set pin number 7 as a high so that it can supply the 1, and we need to set pin number 8 as a low, so it will supply the 0. Okay, so that motor will run in the clockwise direction. So let us take this as a 1 and this is 0. Okay, so this is the connection of enable pin, input 1, input 2. We are only connecting one motor. If you are using the second motor, then we will connect remaining pins, that is input 3, input 4, and enable pin, enable B. Okay, so after that, we need to connect the 5 volt and ground. Okay, so this 5 volt and ground we can take directly from the microcontroller development board. Okay, so you can observe here, there is a 5 volt available on the development board. Okay, so connect this 5 volt with this 5 volt and connect this ground. So here ground terminal is common. This is for the logic voltage supply and it is for the high voltage supply. Okay, so this is the ground. So you can use any ground. So 2 ground ports are available, or even after 13 pin, there is another ground available. So you can use any one port. Now connect the DC motor. So you can observe here. So this output 1 and output 2, basically they are positive and negative supply. Okay. So connect these 2 terminals of the motor to output 1 and output 2. So this is your complete circuit diagram. Okay. So after that, we need to program this microcontroller by using the Arduino software. Okay. So you can take the screenshot because you have to draw the schematic diagram in your write-up. Okay, so now here we have connected all these terminals, enable A, input 1, input 2, input, then 5 volt and ground, and also we have connected the DC motor to output 1 and output 2. Okay, now we need to connect the external power supply, that is a 12 volt power supply or any high voltage. Okay, so you can use the variable DC power supply, or you can use directly the lithium ion battery. Okay, that will supply the 12 volt. So here I have shown the variable power source that is available in the electronic laboratory. Okay. So here you can observe two terminals. One is a positive and negative terminal. So the positive terminal, it is to be connected to the 12 volt. Okay. So this is your positive terminal of the power supply, and this is the ground. So connect the negative terminal to the common ground. So ground is common for high voltage and for the logic voltage, that is a 5 volt and ground from the development board. So this is complete your circuit connections with the development board. Now you can observe how we can control the direction of rotation for the motor. So for the direction of rotation, we need to supply a high pulse to the pin number 7, that is means 1, and low pulse to the pin number 8, that is a logically 0. Okay. So this high pulse is given to the input 1 and low pulse is given to the input 2. Okay. So because of that, motor will rotate in the clockwise direction. And if you change the signal, if you make pin number 8 as a high, then you can observe the motor will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So pin number 8 and pin number 7, they will decide the direction of rotation. Okay. And pin number 4, it will only decide the speed of the motor. So for the pin number 4, we need to vary the width of that pulse. Okay. So how we can vary, you can observe here schematically. So we are using pin number 5 as an enable pin. So it is represented as a ENA. This is a enable. Okay. So this enable pin, this is used as a PWM. So PWM is called as, this is pulse width modulation. So maybe you have studied this in industrial electronic. What is a pulse width modulation? That means if you vary the width of that pulse, then you can vary the voltage supplied to the motor. So we can take 3 examples. So consider this is the first pulse that we are supplying, and it has a signal like this. Okay, so everywhere this high voltage is equal to the 5 volt. So this is called as logically 1. And this low voltage, this is called as logically 0. Okay. This is second pulse that we are supplying. You can observe the change. So you can observe the change. So for this pulse or for this supply signal, if the motor is running, let us take one example at 100 RPM. Then for this pulse, motor will run at 150 RPM. Okay. Because we are increasing the time duration for the high pulse. Okay. Suppose again I change the width. And if I make the signal like this, so such type of signal will further increase the speed. Suppose it will give the speed as 200 RPM. So this is called as a pulse width modulation. That means we need to vary the width of the pulse that is given to the motor, okay, or motor driver. And depending on that, it will change the speed. Okay. So for that, we are not going to set the actual timing of this high pulse and this low pulse. Okay. So this is done automatically in the software. So for that, just we need to set the enable pin with some number. Okay, and that number is, it will range from 0 to 255. Okay, so if you set the enable pin, so that pin number that we have used as a pin number 5. So if you set the pin number 5 as a 0, then motor will stop. It will not rotate. So this is a 0 RPM. Okay, and if you vary the value from 0 to 255, suppose you set the enable pin that you assign the number as a 255 directly, then this is the maximum speed. Okay, so this is the use of that programming software. We will not set the actual time for low and high pulse, just we have to set the number. That means just we will assign the number 0 to 255. You can assign any number in between 0 to 255. Okay, suppose you assign 200, then it will run at specific speed which is less than the higher speed. Okay, so now we will see how to program. So you can note down this program. So the first part, so for the Arduino programming language, there are two functions. One is void setup and second function is void loop. Okay, so void setup, so we have to assign some code in the void setup that will run only once. Okay, so you can observe here, put your setup code here that will run only once. And void loop, it is similar to the main function in the C language. So you are familiar with the C language. So in the C language, we use void main. And then in main function, we write the main code. Okay, so this code, it will run continuously. Okay, so the main code, that is to drive the motor in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, or to vary the speed of the motor, we have to assign that code in the void loop function. Okay, and in the void setup function, we will only assign the input port and the output port. Okay, so let us see from the starting. So out of these two functions, we will define the variables. Okay, so you can observe here, first variable that we have defined, this is the integer. So everywhere we are using the integer type only. So this is the data type. So integer, I have written input 1, that is a IN1. Okay, so IN1 means it is the input pin number 1 on the motor driver. So that pin is connected. So I will draw just schematic diagram here. So this is your L298, and these are the input pin 1, input pin 2, and this is a enable. This is enable, this is input 1, this is input 2. Okay, so input 1, it is connected to pin number 7. Input 2, it is connected to pin number 8, and enable pin is connected to 5. Okay, so these are the pins from the microcontroller. So just we are defining this pin number. So input pin 7, you can use any variable here. You can use capital or you can use small letters. Okay, then second letter is input 2, that is a pin number 8. Then ENA, that is the enable pin. So it is connected to pin number 5 on the microcontroller. And we are using one variable that is called as a speed. Okay, so speed variable, it will decide the pulses that we are sending to the enable pin. Okay, you can use any other variable, just you can write here S. Okay, so just write int speed equal to 210. Okay, so we are using a value between 0 to 255. If you assign here directly 255, motor will run at the maximum speed. Okay, so that will be the only change. And if you write here 0, then motor will completely stop. So this is the variable definition. Okay, input pin number 1, input 2, enable and speed. Now refer the void setup.